ningependa kuomba kwamba tuache Wizara ya Afya iweze kutoa takwimu rasmi, Wizara ya Afya, kwa sababu wao wenyewe ndio wako na zile hospitali na wanajihusisha kila siku kujua ni wangapi leo wamekuja, kwa sababu kama wakati huu wa wakati wa Mai kulikuwa na shida sana ya takwimu, lakini takwimu rasmi zilikuwa zinatoka kwa polisi. Hizo ndizo mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa natangaza kama msemaji wa serikali. Kwa hivyo kwa sasa wacha tupate rasmi ni wangapi ambao wameathirika na mpox, sababu wakati mwingine tunaona vyombo vya habari vikikisia ama kuripoti zaidi ya zile takwimu rasmi, lakini mikakati ipo na ndio unaona kwamba bado ugonjwa huu hujaweza kuzagaa kama vile ambavyo pengine watu wangefikiri, lakini sio kama COVID. Sidhani tunaweza kusema kwamba tufika kiwango kile, hatutumai kwamba tufika kiwango kile. Kwa hivyo kwa haya mengi na machache, nasema asanteni. Tuendelee kuwasiliana, tuendelea kuwapatia maarifa na taarifa, tuweze kuzungumziana na kuweza kuwa kitu kimoja. Na nikumbushe wanahabari kwamba please, nawaomba tafadhali tuangazie pia habari ambazo zitaweza kuinua hadhi ya nchi. Sio tu kila kitu tu ni kibaya, kwa sababu wakati wananchi wanaona vile wanachochewa na wanakuwa hawana ungwaji to establish 274 digital hubs to create job opportunities for young people across the country. The government has also been able to train more than 516,505 youth in digital skills, enabling them to venture into online job opportunities, and also created 152,000 digital jobs, reducing the level of unemployment in the country. Further, the government has established 1,360 Wi-Fi hotspots across the 47 counties, enabling free access of internet for online transactions. In addition, we've also activated local assembly of 1.5 million affordable smart-enabled phones. The phones retail from Kenya shillings 7,500 per unit and are available at Safaricom and Jamii Telecom outlets, with 579,000 units already sold. This is a great milestone that we are already manufacturing our own phones. This has greatly helped to bridge the digital divide, especially in the rural areas, because it's quite affordable. The government has also established the Open University of Kenya in October 2023 to facilitate virtual learning and universal access to education, with currently 3,289 students being admitted to the Open University at Konza Technopolis. The university has created jobs and location, heightened knowledge and technology transfer. Further, there has been a rollout of 10,219 kilometers of fiber optic cables and engineering of the model to utilize the KPLC electricity transmission lines to roll out the fiber as opposed to digging underground trenches. These should enable us to terminate fiber at each of the 74,000 KPLC transformers and eventually at each and every meter in the long run to make free and reliable Wi-Fi available in all corners of the country. As you may recall, within our manifesto, the Better Plan, which is now being implemented by the broad-based government, we promised to do 100,000 kilometers, and already we've done 10,000 so far. So we are making very good progress, and if we leverage on the 74,000, transformers, you can see already we'll have covered a lot because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. The government commenced re-engineering of Postal Corporation of Kenya into an e-commerce and logistic hub with the aim of enabling the young entrepreneurs to engage in trading online. This is very, very important because, we are using the Postal Corporation of Kenya network, which is across the country. Every place you go around the world, around Kenya, you'll find a Postal Corporation of Kenya, but they have been moribund and underutilized. And then e-commerce then becomes very critical, when you leverage again on the internet. We've also, as a government, facilitated the development of 1,018 audiovisual productions under the KBC Studio Mashinani program to putting money into the pockets of the young artists. More than 94 ICT solution and providers, more than 94 ICT solution providers and innovators, private partners are already onboarded to co-create innovation solutions through the Konza cloud, earning them income. And this is very important because we are even developing our own social media platforms, our own communication platforms within government, going forward. And maybe you may not even know, there are some solutions, for example, that are being implemented by corporates like Microsoft that have been developed here in Kenya, and they are raking in a lot of revenue in billions, for those corporations and the Kenyans here. If you go to the Microsoft Hub in Westlands, you really learn that we have great talent here. The government is committed to ensuring existence of a level playing ground for empowerment of the young people, in the understanding that the youth are the architects of the future, and the digital pathway they create today will shape the world for generations to come. So that is a digital platform. Let me turn now to livestock production. This is our other topic for today. An agricultural phenomenon is that you will be able to fight poverty if you have kind of an agrarian revolution. We still have extreme poverty and vulnerability as a big challenge that is facing majority of Kenyans, especially small-scale farmers. These farmers have land but lack the resources to raise productivity to meet their subsistence needs, and thus a vast majority of them are unable to meet daily food requirements. In this regard, the Kenya Kwanza administration is keen on investing in agriculture as a sector that will lead to the economic recovery, predicated on 4 factors of cost of living, job creation, poverty reduction, and income generation. To achieve this goal, the government has, in the past 23 months, embarked on the process of ensuring farming is profitable with predictable income by deploying modern agricultural risk management instruments, such as crop and livestock insurance schemes and commodity market instruments, as well as price stabilization scheme, with the following achievements within the livestock subsector. Number 1, we've rendered agricultural capacity building and technical support to counties with 1,128 veterinary interns being engaged and deployed to render technical support on livestock production. Number 2, we've improved animal breeding through the establishment of embryo transfer facilities and got artificial insemination centers and production of about 1 million doses of bull semen and 50,000 straws of bug semen. More than 400,000 liters of liquid nitrogen were also produced, and 950 sires evaluated, out of which 638 were approved and 312 rejected for non-compliance, while 35 semen import permits were approved, moving 297,027 doses of semen and 416 embryos. Additionally, 1 export permit with 100 doses of semen was approved. These interventions led to the improved delivery of artificial insemination services and were well received by farmers. When it comes to livestock feed, this has been subsidized through duty waiver of the 16% VAT exemption on feed raw materials, along distribution of 8,900 kilograms of seed for pasture production. This has led to stabilized prices of animal feeds and improved availability of livestock feeds, more so in the dry SO areas. Leather value chain development was boosted through training of 1,166 stakeholders from 163 slaughterhouses. A total of 1,195 flaying tools, including knives and steel files, were also issued to flayers within the period in Nyeri, Nairobi, Kericho, Bomet and Machakos counties to e-slaughtering of the animals. The dairy value chain development has also been enhanced with mapping of 265 sites in 34 counties for milk cooler installation and provision of 200 dairy goods to multiplication centers and elite breeders in Kenya livestock commercialization project, KELCO areas. This mapping has already been completed, and there are already 220 milk coolers scheduled to be installed to address post-harvest losses in milk production. And this is very important because most of the milk actually gets to waste, but with these coolers, these are game changers. And this is one of the key, promises that was made when we were, looking to set up this government. When it comes to meat value chains development, we have two feedlots, which are the Kibiro feedlot in Meru County at 80% completion rate, and Hadado feedlot in Wajir County, which has 20% completion. And this is being complemented with provision of sheep and meat goods to multiplication centers and elite breeders in Kelkop project area for enhanced livestock production. So you can see that a deliberate effort to ensure that we work with livestock farmers and to empower them. The government also has embarked on the apiculture value chain development, where 243 stakeholders on beekeeping were trained, and 800 beehives, 80 harvesting kits, 80 catcher boxes, and 160 supers provided to groups in Kelkop project in the counties, going forward. The farmers also benefited from 40 honey processing units and testing kits through Kelkop and honey processing equipment, which included 10 automatic honey extractors, 20 small honey extractors, and 10 wax and honey processing separators. This Kenya Livestock Commercialization Project, Kelkop, has also helped the drilling of 7 boreholes and installed them with solar power and provision of water pumps with solar panels in Siaya and Samburu counties. The project also saw boreholes drilled in Marsabit, Samburu, Baringo, Siaya, Elgeyo Marakwet counties and county. As a result, 138,679,000 pastoralists have been supported with livestock insurance under this project, and 503,480 tropical livestock units, TLUs, were covered under the de-risking, inclusion, and value enhancement of pastoral economies drive program with the aim of enhancing resilience to the pastoralists. As a government, we are calling on the Kenyan people to be patient and to give President William Ruto an opportunity to fully implement his vision and plan for the country, so that as he continues to make the changes in governance. If you look at consolidated financial services around the monies that we are paying to pensioners, it is increasing by the day. The advantage that we have, though, is that if you look at our demographics, we have more people at the bottom of the pyramid because we have a youth bulge. I think our median age is 20 years. Uganda is the youngest country in the world at 19. And so therefore, it is therefore important that we realize that increasingly we will have to be spending more and more as more of ourselves go into retirement. But that is very well catered for, and that is why you see we are encouraging a lot of saving culture, and that's why we have the new NSSF rates, and we've been able to collect more money than the last 60 years or so since independence. So that will be taken care of. Of course, there is administration of pension and complaints here and there, but that is also being worked out and being streamlined so that people can get their pension real time. So that is there. But the catch here is that there will be more opportunities. 46,000 opportunities for employment is not something small, and especially if 7,000 of them may be due before the end of this financial year. So I think we encourage young people to seek opportunities within the public service so that then they are able also to be given an opportunity to serve their nation. Leonard, ndio kumekuwa pengine na changamoto kidogo, kwa sababu nakumbuka kwamba watu walikuwa wanafunzi walikuwa wajue matokeo ya kile kitengo ambacho mtu amewekwa, kufikia tarehe 19. Lakini sasa hivi kuna huo mwanya wa kuweza kukata rufaa, na hilo ni jambo ambalo litaendelea. Kile ambacho nitakuhakikishia ni kwamba hakuna mtu yeyote atawachwa nje akose kuingia katika chuo kikuu ama taasisi wakisingiziwa kwamba bado hajaweza kupatiwa mkopo ama kupatiwa fedha na ufadhili na serikali. Kwa hivyo hata wakati sisi tulikuwa tunasoma, ulikuwa unakwenda kule HELB, unapatiwa barua, unaweza kusajiliwa kwa muda kabla hizo pesa kuweza kutumwa katika hicho chuo kikuu. Huo mfumo bado upo. Huo mfumo bado uko kwa sababu kuna maelfu ya wanafunzi ambao wamekata rufaa. Kwa hiyo sio jambo ambalo litakuwa kwamba ni gumu, kwa sababu serikali tayari ina fedha za kutosha za kuweza kugharamia mhula huu wa kwanza. Tunaposonga mbele, hilo naweza kutoa kama hakikisho kwamba tuna fedha za kutosha za kuweza kugharamia mhula huu wote. Ndugu yangu kutoka Sofa, Sifa, kumradhi, sio Sofa, Sifa. Sofa ni kiti, Sifa ni tawasifa ama ni hema ya mtu ama ni niseme kwamba na sifa ni za Mungu nafikiri. Kila mradi una muda wake. Hakuna muda ambao lazima miradi yote iweze kukamilika. Kwa sababu kama ukilaunch wifi hotspot, hiyo ni mara moja. Lakini kama unajenga bweni katika chuo kikuu itachukua muda. Kama unatengeneza barabara ya SGR ya expressway mradi itachukua muda. Kwa hiyo kila mradi na wakati wake. Lakini kuna kitu ambacho tumeweza kufanya sasa na hii kwa hii serikali ambao kwa kimombo tunaita accrual accounting, kwamba yale makadirio ya bajeti ya mwaka uliopita yanasongeshwa mwaka unaofuatilia. Ndiposa tuache kuwa na haya mambo ya pending bills.